Every year, several hundred new laws take effect in Arizona, and it all happens here at the state capitol.
Hi, I'm Parker.
And I'm Freddie. Welcome to How a Bill Becomes a Law.
For the next few minutes, you will see how a bill becomes a law from idea to the governor's signature. It's a very complex process.
It all starts with a concept. A legislator, a lobbyist, a state agency, a business, a group, or just a common citizen has an idea about something they believe needs to be done to make life better in our state. The concept must be agreed to by a member of the legislature before it can be written in proper bill form.
That idea is written in proper form by the Legislative Council.
The Legislative Council is a nonpartisan group of staff attorneys who work with the Arizona legislature to take the idea of a bill and put it into legal bill form. Once the bill is in proper legal form, it is introduced by a member of the legislature or a group of members. Only members of the legislature can introduce a bill.
The bill is then put in the hopper.
The hopper is a box in which the bill is placed pending formal introduction in either the House or the Senate. That's where the Secretary of the Senate or the Chief Clerk of the House enter the process. They are administrative officials. The two offices perform similar functions, including assigning a number to each bill and the printing of bills. Senate bills are numbered starting with 1,000, House bills with 2,000.
A bill is officially introduced when a bill's number and reference title is read aloud in open floor session. This is called the first reading.
The Arizona Constitution requires each bill to be read in open session 3 times, but each reading must be on a separate day. In the Senate President assigns bills to appropriate standing committees, either on first reading or second reading. In the House, the Speaker of the House assigns bills to appropriate standing committees and are first read and second read in the same day.
Once a bill is assigned to committee, the committee chair of each standing committee is given the authority to determine which bills that are assigned to that particular committee will be placed on an agenda and heard in a committee meeting.
In a committee, a bill is discussed and debated by members of the committee. And in most committees, testimony from members of the public is given either in favor or against the bill.
Also, any committee member can offer an amendment to the bill.
Once the bill is voted on and passes through committee, it must be heard by the Rules Committee.
All bills go through the Rules Committee to determine whether the bill is constitutional and that there are no technical problems with it that may interfere with existing Arizona law or federal law. If a bill is found to be unconstitutional or contains technical problems, it is either amended or does not proceed.
When a bill passes through Rules Committee, it then goes to caucus. Caucus is where members from each party meet to discuss a bill. Once a bill is heard in caucus, it then goes to COW.
COW stands for Committee of the Whole, which is like a super committee made up of every member of the House or the Senate. The bill is discussed and debated during COW. An amendment to the bill can be made in the Committee of the Whole or in a regular committee.
When a bill passes COW by a voice vote, it is now ready for a constitutionally required third read.
In the third read, the bill is read for the third time and formally voted on, with each member present required to register their vote. That vote is displayed on the big voting board in the House or Senate. There is no debate during third read, but members are allowed to explain their votes.
The process is now complete. In one chamber,
the bill is now an engrossed bill, meaning it has all its amendments, if any, plus the original language all in one package. If the engrossed bill originated in the Senate, it now has to go to the House and has to go through the entire process all over again there. The same applies to an engrossed bill that began in the House. It must go to the Senate and go through the entire process there.
If there are any differences in the bill because of changes in the other chamber, it goes straight to conference committee to work it out.
A conference committee is made up of members from both chambers and both parties. The conference committee must agree on only one version of the bill. If an agreement is reached about which version of the bill is acceptable, both the House and the Senate get one more chance to vote the bill up or down. If a bill passes both chambers, it is about ready to become law.
Next up, the bill goes to the governor.
The governor has 5 days during session, 10 days if the legislature has adjourned to decide whether to veto the bill, sign the bill, or let the bill become law without his or her signature. If the governor vetoes the bill, it is then sent back to the legislature. The legislature can override the governor's veto by a 2/3 vote of both chambers. This has been an explanation of the technical process of how a bill becomes a law.
Politics, lobbyists, and public pressure also factor in the entire process of how a bill becomes a law.
That's the great self-governing process of our republic.
Thanks
for watching. Bye.